Ooh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. We on tonight. Can you let that rock for a little second? This is just it's right here. We grooving tonight. Yeah, we groove every Thursday. Hey. Another episode, Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne. We on the air. We're on the air. Keep it playing, everything.
Yeah. I'm about to kick another freestyle tonight.
You vibing with us tonight? Episode 51. We holding it down, right? This is what we do. We doing what we do.
Shout out to every hood.
Yeah.
Every hood.
We're like, ha.
God is good. God is good.
Yeah.
Don't lose the faith.
Yeah. Don't lose it. Don't drop out on you.
Yeah, there it is.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Dope intro. Yeah.
We feeling good tonight.
So dope.
We feeling alive tonight.
We're feeling good. Welcome to another episode of Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne. This is our 51.
52nd, Whit.
52nd. Oh, it's our 52nd.
Yeah, it's our 52nd. 51 was last week, Whit.
Okay, well, 51 was last week. So we're entering into 52 this evening. So, yes, hand claps for us.
Yeah, there we go.
Because we didn't drop out on ourselves. We didn't drop out on you, right?
Right.
And we're in the building. So, another Thursday. So, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thursday nights, 8:30 to 9:30. We're on the air giving you some good conversation, transformational conversations, a lot of conversations that a lot of people are dodging and not speaking about. We're hitting the core.
That's good.
So,
and it's true.
It definitely is true. And thank you to our book, Meeting the Authentic You, which inspired the conversation, right?
Yes, it did.
It inspired the podcast, and we're here this evening, Meeting the Authentic You. Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne, inspirational messages to help you meet you. That's the inspiration for our podcast.
Yes, it is.
But at the same time, the book is still available. It's still available. So get your copy. Get your copy wherever books are sold. You can be in the conversation when we're not even on air, which is dope.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, Barnes & Noble's, Outskirts Press, Amazon, wherever books are sold, get your copy. Thank you to everyone who supported us thus far and who keeps supporting our movement.
Yes.
Because this ministry is just it's about, pressing forward and
transforming and overcoming and getting
and giving
through.
you the messages of that God gives us to give you to serve.
Very,
so that's
very
what
important.
We're here to do.
Very important
serve.
at this time. Very important at this time.
Dope.
We're living in a time right now, man, where a lot of people are just overwhelmed, frustrated, confused, just panicking, just ready to just throw in the towel, man. And I just think that we all need a place and a people to be able to connect with and be able to be transparent with and give not just our pain, but also our hope. And whatever fight we got left to receive, whatever promise it is that, God has for all of us. Because there is some more that God has for us. He ain't waking us up, or something isn't waking us up every day to just still stay in struggle.
Right.
So something is waking us up, picking us up for purposes bigger than what we're going through. And we want to have conversations with you guys on this podcast show, in our books, on our prayer calls.
Everything.
We want to be able to have a place and a space for you to come to be able to connect with us, to give you guys something that's going to help you deal with whatever it is that's you having a hard time dealing with.
And to definitely face it head on. You know, we're not going to let our fear confront us. We're going to confront our fear with faith.
Yeah, big time.
So we're changing our patterns. We're doing different things differently. Call in 718-705-4959 or you can call in on 914-968-6499. We have two numbers, 718-705-4959 or 914-968-6499. And those numbers will be on the screen so you can call in. Also, check out our YouTube page. We're live on YouTube. We're also live on inthemixradio.com.
Yeah.
And we're also, that's with 2 X's, and we're also live on Facebook. So there's many ways that you can participate in the conversation.
Yeah. We want to talk to y'all tonight.
Yeah,
last
definitely.
few weeks we haven't really been receiving calls, probably because we maybe had not been encouraging you guys to call in throughout the course of the show.
I don't think
because
we
we just been so
wrapped
wrapped up in the conversation. The conversation has been so great. And people have been blessed and benefited from the conversation, evident by the comments that we've been receiving on Facebook
and
Instagram, and people who've been tuning in through these avenues and through these channels, man, through these platforms. So call in tonight. You know, we gonna have some good conversation, as we always do, that we believe will be able to be impactful and effective and helpful to help you deal with whatever it is that you may be having a difficult time dealing with at this particular time in your life right now. That's what's going on. What else we got going on with?
We got the book coming out, Don't Drop Out on You.
Yeah.
Which will be out next month, definitely in May.
Yeah.
Spoke to the publisher. We're rolling.
Let's show
Don't
it to 'em.
Drop Out on You. So if you're tuning in on YouTube, you can definitely see it.
Yeah, there
on
it is.
In the Mix, you can see it. On Facebook, you can see it.
Yeah.
Don't Drop Out on You. Our book will be out in May. This is something that you definitely want to get and you want to read.
Get your
Wherever
hands on
books
this
are
book,
sold.
Get your
and
hands
we're
on
definitely
this
going to
book.
have our book release extravaganza.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking to different people at different brunches, different outlets. So
we coming.
We are definitely coming.
Yeah.
We're definitely coming. So don't drop out on you. Like Dwayne said, we're living in challenging times, and a lot of us want to just give up, throw in the towel, saying, I can't do this anymore. But listen, when you connected to us and we connected to you, we're not going to allow you to drop out on you. And actually, check your circles, because the thing is that you want to be around people that are not going to allow you to drop out on yourselves. And this book is it's an intergenerational book.
Yeah.
It's for every single age out there, every gender out there, look, you can definitely find something in this book that's going to inspire you. So we want to encourage you.
Yes.
May is coming out, May 2019.
Yes.
Don't drop out on you.
We thought it was coming out this month, but we had some challenges or whatever, but it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
That's what matters.
And it's going to come at a time when people need it the most. God is just setting the stage, is what I understand and believe spiritually is what's going on, is the reason why sometimes what seems and feels like delay, but it's really just setting the stage. It's really just the table is being prepared. The audience, right? Everything just has to be set the right way. So when this book finally does come, everything is going to be set the right way, because it has to get into the hands of everybody who needs this book inside of their hands. So the stage is just being set. The table is being prepared.
I'm sorry, the table is being prepared, but I realize about life, it's all about timing.
Yeah.
It's all about timing. It's all about being patient and just waiting for things to manifest. If you're working towards those goals that you have, the vision that you have, it's going to manifest when the time is right.
Yeah.
You don't want it to manifest when the time's not right, because you might not be ready. The table might not be ready. So you just want to wait and allow it to manifest when the time is right.
Well,
timing is everything.
Here's what I think that many who have already experienced, right, their table being prepared moment, it's because they were finally ready. So if you don't have it, it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not ready. You're not ready. So we just being prepared, and tonight's conversation we're gonna deal with that, right? We're gonna deal with that tonight. We're gonna deal with that tonight, because it's so. This is how I know this is purposeful, with, because I had the title in my mind as you was talking.
Did you?
Right? Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I did have
what's the
the title. Processed for the promise.
Okay, process for the promise.
For the
That's
promise,
the top
right?
of the conversation
That's what we're
tonight.
talking about tonight. So you want to make sure you stay tuned in, because that's what we're talking
I'm
about.
definitely processed. I'll tell you that.
Processed for the promise, right? Processed for the promise. That's what we're covering tonight.
All right.
There's a process that we all have to go through that we don't really care for.
For the timing.
But it's a process, and there's no way around it. I mean,
hate the process, but I love the process at the same time.
Yeah.
I have a bittersweet feel when it comes to that.
And that's real.
You know what I mean? So I love it, but at the same time, I can't stand it. So
Okay.
we're going to definitely get into that. But Don't Drop Out on You is coming out next month.
Yeah, next month, 2019. 2019. We'll see you later.
Yeah.
We definitely going to have that book for you. But again, make sure you tune in tonight. Stay with us for this conversation. Processed for the promise. That is what we are covering tonight. That I'm telling you.
Okay.
You don't want to miss this.
You don't want to miss it. So we're going we're going to get through these little announcements that we got.
Yeah,
and then we're going to get
please
to the
stick with us.
conversation.
Go get you some popcorn, get you some chips,
Oh,
go get
you
you
just
some
said-
something. Go get
He
you something to
just
snack
said,
on.
go get it. So I'm going to go into the go get it because you
Yeah,
said
let's
go
go.
get it,
Go ahead,
right?
go.
So go get it 2019, November 16th. This year, the theme is breakthrough.
Breakthrough. Yeah.
Let me tell you, the transformational speakers that are on this bill for this conference is outstanding.
Yeah.
I'm just so excited.
Yeah.
We are booked for speakers, but I am looking for more vendors. November 16th, 2019. And I'm so excited to announce it might be a little bit premature right now, but Go Get It is definitely in 2020. We're doing a Go Get It in Atlanta and a Go Get It in New York. So we're adding another city for 2020. I just had to put that out there because God is good. He made that way.
Yeah.
So 2020 is going to be dope, but 2019 is going to be dope too. So you make sure you connect with us if you're interested in being a vendor. You interested in getting tickets, all the information will be out there. It's very exciting.
It's exciting.
So
It's
I want you to
time.
come go get it with us. Breakthrough 2019 is going to be so dope. At the Watson. He said, oh my God.
It's going to be crazy.
At the Watson Hotel in Midtown, West 57th Street.
Crazy.
It's going to be outstanding. Like I said.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
But also, you know what's so dope?
Yeah.
Is that Dwayne and I in 2020,
Yeah.
this is massive.
Yeah.
We are having a cruise.
Yes, we are.
A cruise to Bermuda. Conversations
Yeah.
with Whitney Dwayne in Bermuda.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
July 2nd to July 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have the dates
Yeah.
for you.
Yes, we are.
It's already planned. We're just waiting for our flyer.
Yeah.
It's going to be... I have to say, like,
That's
I'm really
it.
excited for this.
That's it. There it
That
is.
sound effect
Yeah.
just did it.
4th of July
justice.
weekend. There it is. That's
4th
what's
of July
going on.
weekend. And the dope thing is that y'all know y'all going to have a lot of stuff planned for 4th of July.
Yeah.
However, you're going to be with us in Bermuda.
Yeah.
We have a lot of exciting events planned for you on the cruise. We have some workshops, but we also have our all-white party. I won't say
All-white,
party. I won't say
baby.
extravaganza. We also have our little pajama jammy jam,
Little
which is
gathering.
going to
We're gonna have a good time.
happen in Bermuda. And we're going to also, you're going to have your time in Bermuda, but it's leaving from New York.
Yeah.
So those who are scared, are nervous to fly, whatever the case is, we made accommodations for you. Leaving from New York.
Yeah.
2020 conversations in Bermuda
With Whitney and Dwayne. Yeah. Please.
What you got to say about that?
No, we just going to make sure that we got some information coming for you guys. We got flyers being prepared. We're going to have places for you guys to make your deposits. The deposits are very affordable. Each month, $75.
Ain't nothing. You said
$75
$75 on hair, nails, and all that other stuff, right?
Drinks, food, you know what I'm saying? Whatever that is. Like each month, $75 deposit
Mm-hmm.
towards this cruise. We're going to make sure that we give you guys all we got, man. It's going to be an amazing
gonna be
experience.
dope.
2020 Conversations in Bermuda with Whitney and Dwayne. We are excited about
Men and women.
Men and women. Yes, it is. Men and I'm glad you clarified that and specified that
to.
rather. Yes, we are going to Bermuda. We are taking our conversations over the waters with.
I like that.
Over the waters with for 4th of July weekend, and we're gonna have a great time.
He had to stop and do the sound.
We're gonna have a great time. So we want to make sure that you guys are tuned in. On that note, shout out to my Vibe With Me Army, my Vibe With Me crew. Thank you all for tuning in with me every morning. Real quickly, for my people who tuned in, shout out to everybody on social media right now, Instagram, Facebook, watching us, following us, tuning in with us. Please stay tuned in with us. Please send this video to somebody else. DM it to them. Add people into this conversation. Tell them to call in tonight. The topic of conversation, real quickly, before I continue to shout out my Vibe With Me Army and movement. God, I'm excited. 914-968-6499 or
Praise break.
718-705-4959. Once again, the calling numbers tonight for tonight's conversation is Processed for the Promise. That is what we're talking about.
Processed for the Promise. That's gonna
That
be
is what we're talking about
good.
tonight. 914-968-6499 or 718-705-4959. That is the topic of conversation. Those are the calling numbers. You do not want to miss miss this topic of conversation tonight. Processed for the promise. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be able to help you make sense out of all of what you're going through right now.
If you
don't like what you're in right now.
But
there's a process. There's an unavoidable valley that we all got to go through in order for us to receive the promises that God has for all of us.
If you're willing.
And I want to have we want to have conversation with you tonight to make sure that you remain willing, not that this is optional. We don't want this to be optional. We don't want it to be. It can be if you check out on you, if you drop out on you, right? If you drop out on God because you feel like I can't deal with this is too much. It can be. But what we want to encourage you to do tonight is make this process that you're dealing with right now non-negotiable, unavoidable. I'm willing to endure however much I got to endure because I need that promise.
Okay, let's save it.
Yeah, we're going to, okay. We're gonna save it. All right. Shout out to my Vibe With Me Army right now. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I don't know what's going on with social media, Instagram specifically. We're limiting some of my interactions and my views because people are telling me they're not seeing the videos. I don't know what that's about. But if you see the video, you've been blessed by the video, please DM the video. If you could repost it for your followers because people need to get this word. People need to get this energy. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe they don't want this God energy going out, this positive stuff going out, possibly because they prefer, entertainment or making money off of people in their businesses or promoting things or whatever. I don't know what's going on. I don't care for what's going on. But what I do care about is that these messages and these videos continue to go out. So if you've been blessed by it, DM 5 people a day. 10 people a day. Once you see whatever it is God puts in my heart to give to the people, DM 10 or 15 or 20 people and say, oh man, check this video. I hope it blesses you. I hope it does something for you. That way this message can continue to go out. It ain't about me. It's about all of us and us staying connected so we can continue to endure these challenges that we all are faced with. So please send the videos out if you're not receiving them. And when you do see it, send it out even if it didn't do nothing for you because somebody else may be blessed by it. Yeah. Shout out to everybody else who's been rocking with me.
718-705-4959. 914-968-6499. Now we're into I want to mention our prayer call.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the next stuff. But
give it to
our prayer call, Monday Morning Glory. Make sure you call in. We have prayer. It's an interactive prayer call. It's dope. And I want to shout out everyone who has been with us for 6 years.
Yes.
With this Monday Morning Glory prayer line. Something that God has given us to give to you. And also, thank you for those who rock with us, vibe with us since January.
Yes.
We had 31 days of prayer. February, the month of favor, 28 more days. And then we had Watch It Manifest, March. And we are going. We're not living this life without this God thing.
We need
shout
prayer.
Out to everyone who, we need prayer.
We need prayer.
We need prayer.
We need prayer. I know that's not popular nowadays. And I got to say this real quick. I know that's not popular, right? And I think that because it's not as popular or as respected as it once was by the masses, possibly because the focus has shifted to getting to the money. Most people, most of us all, nobody's exempt from this, are being conditioned to focus on money and material. And we think that that's going to make us feel better. But we got to pay attention to the people who do have money and access. A significant number of people, not all, but a significant number of people who do have it, and they chase peace rather than they chase more money because they realizing that this money thing ain't all that's cracked up that people done made it out to be. It's great to have it. You can pay bills and you can have, and don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to it because I want some too. But what I want to also pay attention to is the reality that it's doing sometimes more damage than good to those who receive it. So what we want to encourage you to do is start focusing a little bit more on your spirit, your connection, being connected to people who are more concerned with learning how to endure these challenges of life rather than focusing so much on getting to the money that you can't handle the hits and the challenges that life throws because it's real. Because you may be faced with a situation where even when you get to the money ain't helping you. It ain't helping. It ain't fixing nothing.
You know what, too? But at the same time, everyone will be on their knees or in prayer at one point in their lives. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, a lot of people, even, you know, I haven't been, me too. I'm not just saying people, but, you know, when things are going right, you know what I mean? We feel like we don't need to pray to God because everything is going right. But then when things are going bad, we forget about praying. You know what I mean? So, you know, sometimes we use prayer as circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? So prayer is key.
That's good, Whit.
You know
and it's true. And
prayer
it's true.
Key. So
knock off the circumstantial prayers, man. All of us, man. The situational prayers.
It's all
man.
of us, not just you.
All of us. Nobody's exempt from that. Yeah.
Us too. And I, you know what the crazy thing is that I gotta make sure I'm intentional and everything's going right. Don't forget, you still gotta go in prayer.
Yeah.
Like I gotta make sure I remind myself. You know what I'm saying? So we're not saying just you. What we talk about, you know, we coming from a place of we've been there, we going through it. You know, so it's not just something that we just giving y'all.
Yeah, it's like a vacation, man. It's all inclusive, baby.
Oh, I like that.
We including ourselves in this thing.
All
we not excluding.
I like that. We high five.
We're not excluding
Do high five
ourselves.
For the sound thing. The claps or something.
There you go.
High five.
I got you. There you go.
We got the applause.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. We
all inclusive.
We're not the group over here that's trying to exclude ourselves and tell you how wrong you are and how right you need to be. That ain't us. That's not us. No, not at all.
Authentic, meeting the authentic you.
That's not us at all. That's not us.
So, with that being said, we're going to get into our spirit check segment.
Yeah.
Right? Our spirit check segment is where we talk about, or we check our spiritual climate, where we are, what we're feeling spiritually. You know, so I guess I'll start. So I'm grateful. I'm really grateful this evening. And one of the reasons I say that is because, I like Facebook because Facebook brings up those memories, right? So I looked at a picture of me last year at this time, and I was going through it. Oh, I was going through it. I was going through that break. I had a breakup, right? So I was going through this breakup. And look at me now. Is that actually looking back at that point, it was it. I thought it was it for me. I thought that I was never going to smile again, never laugh again. I didn't think I was going to come out of it.
Right.
And looking at that picture last year, I became so grateful because of where I am. And I said I had to go through it because I wouldn't be the woman I am today.
Say it.
You know what I mean? Like
Say
the
it.
transformation that took place after that brokenness, after that hurt, after that pain. I said, thank God. I didn't say it then, but I said it today. Thank God I had to go through that to become who I am becoming today and who I am today. So for the next person that enters my life that has the chance to experience this glory, that has a chance to be invested in what God is doing in me, that has the privilege.
Say it.
I have to say it. That has the privilege to be in my circle and my presence and just be in my whole being is going to benefit.
Yeah.
From the transformation. Is going to benefit from the transformation. So I thank God that I had to go through it, and I'm so grateful today that I'm able to smile. I'm able to see it. I'm able to feel the glory of God. I'm just so elated because I'm sorry, I'll say it again. Because the people that are connected to me, or the person that God has for me that's coming into my life in that area, is really going to benefit, and said, dang, I'm so glad that either happened to her, she had to go through it, because goodness gracious, I am receiving all the benefits that God, all the glory. So I'm so grateful. Thank you, Jesus. Let me just shout real quick.
Don't fall away. There we go.
But thank you, God.
Give him the glory.
But so with that being said, how's your spirit?
My spirit is happy right now that you happy.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's
nice
how my
of you.
spirit is right now. My spirit is happy right now that you're happy right
Thank
now.
you.
That you grew, that you transformed.
Yeah.
That you didn't drop out on you.
Nah, son. I thought
that you didn't break connection, right, with the people who are connected to what else and the more that God has for you.
Thank you, Dwayne. That's
So
nice of
tonight
you.
I'm extremely grateful for that right there as well, right? Now personally for myself, I'm super duper grateful to tap into my divinity, right? I'm grateful tonight to tap into
We
my
all
divinity.
have it.
Yes, we all do, right? And I'm saying that specifically and purposely because as we started the show, I talked about how life is so challenging, right? And it's overwhelming at this time for many of us for various different reasons, whether it's health, finances, relationships, parenting, unemployment, or just losing loved ones, or all of the above at the same time, right? I'm grateful to have the awareness to tap into my divinity, because my humanity at times can bully me around. Right, so I'm grateful tonight to be able to have that awareness that I know when to tap into my divinity, and that's being prayerful. That's keeping an attitude of worship, and not allowing my emotions to make me just be so just emotional about everything that's going on, and just like I just feel like I can't do this, and like so I like don't get me wrong, it gets brutal, it gets rough, it gets dark, it gets ugly. And if you don't have the awareness to tap into your divinity, into your godliness, right? Not your religion, not the religion part of it, right? But the fact that you come from a mysterious force, right? Supernatural. Yes, something bigger than what you are, than what we're all able to articulate. The fact that I have that awareness today, I'm extremely grateful that I know what to do when it gets ugly. That right there makes me feel grateful. I know what to do when it gets ugly. That's good. Rather than make it worse. Because you know it gets ugly and people make it worse. I know. And I'm grateful today that I'm not that person that I make it worse when it gets ugly. You know, we tap into our emotions instead of tap into our divinity. So that's why it can get worse, because we tap into those feelings. And that's what I mean when I say humanity bully me around, because those emotions we don't tap the emotions. The emotions bully us. Where it's all about how we feel. That's how I feel. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like I don't want to. Whenever you get to a point where you don't want to hear nothing about God, and I'm not saying this being religious, I'm saying this being real. Let me be transparent. Every time I got to a space when I didn't want to hear about God, where were you? I was in danger. I was in dark, and I was in danger. And when I look at who I love and who loves me, they don't deserve that. So for me, I'm grateful tonight because I know how to handle the dark. Okay. That's dope. Not that I want more dark, so God, please don't send it. Chill, yo, God, chill. I can't. Hey, yo, God, I said chill. I said chill. I'm like, I can't. I can't. I want to. Chill, yo, God, chill, yo. I want to see Jesus. I said, I'm like, Jesus, like, look, not right now. I made it through that valley. I'm trying to get to that table and eat. Right. I want some crab legs. I want some mussels. I want some lobster. I want to eat at the table, God. I want to eat at the table. I'm ready to go, So that's the spirit check segment of the show. So, as you see, our co-host Treasure is not here. She has some business to take care of. Shout out to Trey Panage, the hair collection, and doing her thing. Yes, it is. She has some business to take care of. So we have our What's Going On segment, which she takes care of. She's the head of that. But I'm doing something different. Listen, so I want to shout out Zelex. I don't know if she's listening or whatever the case is, but she is having a women's empowerment conference. Tell them about it. On Saturday. Tell them about it. Big her up. Let me show this on Instagram. Here we go. Show them. Turn your phone on. Let me turn your phone on. So Zelex, she was actually a presenter at the Go Get It Women's Empowerment Conference. She is last year. She's having a women's empowerment conference. I Am She. Think this is her 4th annual conference. So big up to her. I am going to be one of the speakers, and I'm going to be focusing on healing. But if you didn't get your tickets, get your tickets. It's going to be in Yonkers at the Marriott. So I'm excited about that. But I would definitely want to promote her I Am She conference. Yeah. Because, women empowerment, I'm a female, a black woman at that. And I love these empowerment events, even though, people got a lot of things to say about it. But I love it because we always need to be reminded of how powerful we are. Yeah. We always need to be intentional about using the tools that we get from these conferences, and also participate and invest in us. You know what I mean? So shout out to Zelex. Yeah.
I'll be at the conference.
Shout out to you,
this
Celeste.
Saturday,
Yeah.
April 27th. I want to see y'all there.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on. You got anything else? What's going on? Or we're gonna get right into the topic of conversation.
Let's get right into it. It's 9
8:59.
o'clock. I want to take advantage of all.
Dwayne
of
probably
this
gonna
half
carry
an
this
hour.
thing tonight.
No, we gonna carry it tonight.
We gonna carry it tonight.
Yeah, yes we are.
Do the applause
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry
All
about
right.
it.
E,
Boom. There
while
it
we
is. Boom.
talking, can you just put our book up? You
Yeah.
can either do the don't drop out on you,
Yeah, there you go.
or
There you go.
the don't drop on you.
There you
joint?
go. There it is.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There
So
it
let's
is.
get into it.
Let's get into it. Tonight's topic of conversation: processed for the promise. That's what we're talking about tonight. Processed for the promise. Now, I want to be mindful, right? I want to be mindful, and like we talked about earlier, stop laughing with me being serious right now, right?
I'm always serious about you. Process for the promise.
Process for
Right,
the promise,
we
right?
getting into it.
Because you got to you not necessarily character, but you got to feel this thing when you start talking about speaking life into yourself, into the people, right? Because as we said, it's like a vacation. It's all inclusive. Nobody's exempt. We getting everything that come with this package, everything that come with this promise.
Get a
We
package.
receiving all of it, right? So when you
Not
start
the
talking
drinks,
about
but the
process for the promise, right? There's a promise that God has for all of us.
Yes, he does.
Now, many people, right, may not subscribe to spirituality or even religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
They identify themselves as whatever they identify themselves as, right? And we're not here to judge or tell you what to subscribe to. But what we want to be able to do is have a conversation where we can connect to whatever you subscribe to, however you identify yourself. And what we want to say tonight is that there's a process that we all have to go through in order for us to receive whatever it is that we was created for. And what we was created for, what we're saying in conversation with you guys, is that there's a promise. There is something that was promised to us. We have to partake in that promise. We can't just sit and think that it's just going to manifest without us doing our part with this process and partaking in this promise. So tonight's conversation, hopefully we want to be able to have dialogue with you guys to say, okay, we get the fact that you're going through divorce, sickness, right? Debt, right? Unemployment, right? Friends misunderstanding you, judging you, people taking advantage of you, using you, people not supporting your vision, your business, your dream, being a single mom, being a single dad, losing a loved one, right? Or whatever your circumstance is, being in prison, having a loved one in prison, having a loved one that's hospitalized, looking like they're about to transition and check out, having a child that just passed away, your brother just passed, whatever your circumstance is, right? What we want to have a conversation with you guys tonight about is the uncomfortable, dark parts of the process that makes us forget or not even believe anymore that there is a promise for us. That is what we're having a conversation with tonight, or rather about tonight. That is what we're talking about.
No, and I'm glad we're talking about that, because some of us are so uncomfortable or feel so uncomfortable about that process. That process could be very painful. The process, you might feel like you're dying. You might feel like life is gone, or you're feeling hopelessness. So the process is no joke. And when I said earlier that I love the process, but at the same time, I can't stand the process, because when you're going through the process, you don't understand. All you can see is darkness. Right. Even if you are speaking life, even if you're saying, you're speaking the promises of God, or you're putting in the atmosphere the correct language that's going to shift or try to shift your atmosphere, those affirmations, whatever it is. Because I remember for myself, when I was in that dark moment for a period of time, I couldn't see it. I couldn't see what I was speaking, but I kept speaking it. But I couldn't deal with it because I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I think a lot of us, struggle with those dark moments. We struggle with the process because at the same time we are seeing things that's revealed to us that we didn't know that was in us before, make us uncomfortable, and seeing things that, oh wow, I don't really like this about myself, or I didn't know that pain from a long time ago was still there. So let's talk about those dark times and how to get through that, because that's the process is dark. It ain't peaches and cream.
So
you know what I mean? Because if it was peaches and cream, then we'll say, hey, I love the process. We don't love the process until after we see things manifest.
And
you know that, right?
I love everything of what you just said, right? Because first I was going to ask you a question. Right?
What's the question?
No, I'm not going to ask.
Oh.
I'll raise it, not to ask it.
Oh, okay.
What I was going to ask initially was, well, what was you doing when it was dark? I mean, you can answer it.
I want to answer it.
Go ahead.
Because what I was doing at one point during those dark times, I was crying. I was saying, "Oh, why me?" Or this, you know, I was speaking basically death.
Okay.
But then, but shifting because of the people I was connected to, I started speaking life.
There you go.
But still feeling death.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying?
No, that's real.
So I went from one extreme to the other. So I was doing both things in those dark times.
I think that, again, like as I said, I wasn't gonna.
No,
I was initially gonna ask.
I'm glad you asked that.
And I'm also glad that you answered it, even though that was my initial intention.
Rhetorical.
But no. It was. I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to turn it into like an interview kind of conversation,
okay.
right?
Well,
because I was going to be transparent about what you said.
Okay.
In terms of, well, what do you do when it's dark? Versus asking you what you do. I was going to make the question / statement and then give transparency to those who may be identifying with the same space. I don't like the process when it gets dark. I love it, but I dislike it. I love it when I'm seeing my glow. I love it when I'm seeing my growth. I love it when I'm seeing my transformation. I love it when I'm not reacting to some of the things that try to pull me into some of the stuff that I'm no longer, trying to show up and do. I love the process that when it's like that. Not only when I get to the promise, I love when I'm no longer reacting the way that I used to react to certain situations. That's the part of the process where you get a chance to see your growth. That's super cool. That's super dope, right? But what are you doing in order for that to happen? And what I want to say now rather is in being transparent, right? When you talk about last year, right? We both had brutal years last year, right? Right? And me, losing my brother, right? My brother transitioning, right? The one thing that as I look back and as I still, because it hasn't been a full year. This is August 30th, 2018, right? So we haven't even had a full year. But in terms of that period, right? Being on this all-time high, right? Of my birthday, and then 5 days later, this is what I'm dealing with, right? It became dark. But as I reflect, as I listened to you just now, I never considered this until we had this conversation. That dark never silenced me. It never shut me up. I cried. I hurt. I wish it didn't happen. I still have periods when I'm shaking my head saying, I can't believe this. But it did not silence me. Right? I still continue to pray. I still continue to declare the favor of God. I still believe. I still trust. I still transform. I still heal. I still serve. I still want the promise. So when I talk about, or rather we talk about tonight, process for the promise, that we go through things while we're believing, for those of us who believe, right? While we're believing for whatever it is that we're believing for, that the ugly, uncomfortable, dark parts of the process that we don't care for, what are you doing? You know what?
And I want to say, not to equate my loss with yours, right? At the same time, like during my year, is that my process, I was silenced. At one point, I was silenced. And I know a lot of you out there have been silenced too by those dark times. I did become silent at one point, but then I recognized that the silence was keeping me in a period of darkness, in a period of death. But I want to say that you're gonna go through your periods of the process when you are silent, because you feel as if the humanity, the feelings, even if you're a believer, it depends on, and you know what, as you're growing grow spiritually, it will get, it'll get better, you'll get stronger. But even in my spiritual state, I felt as if I was strong at the time, but it did silence me for a period of time. I went through those dark periods while I wasn't saying nothing. I didn't want to talk to God. People wanted to pray for me. I didn't want to pray. I just didn't want to do it, because I felt like I was praying before and everything was going good. But then at the same time, I felt like, God, why you allowed this to happen? I prayed for this and you allowed it to happen. I was confused. You know what I'm saying? So I said this to say is that during those times, I did allow the process to silence me, you know, but I didn't stay there. Okay,
Yeah.
because I knew the silence
good,
was, I knew that silence was keeping me from healing. The silence was keeping me from growing and living. The silence was keeping me from learning what I was supposed to learn. But because of the connections that I have, because of my spiritual growth, because I wasn't the same years ago, I knew that I had to do something different. So everyone out there, you're going to go through your periods during the process where you feel like you're silent. You don't want to say anything. You feel like you're going to die. But you have to make sure the people who are around you, and we talk about this all the time, who are connected to you are not going to allow you to stay in the silence. Because the people I had around me was saying, no, you ain't staying there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to allow you to stay in that silence. And we need that support when you're going through the process. The process is not Ooh, we got a call.
Let's take it.
Oh, of course you want to take it.
Who's on the line? Talk to us.
Yeah, hi. This is Whitney and Dwayne.
Yes.
Well, hi. I am so happy to see what you guys are doing. This is desperately needed because we're in a time of trouble right now, and people need someone to lean on to talk to with their problems, and it's real. And they don't have it, and subsequently what happened is they turn to means that destroy them. So I thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much for calling
Can you say who you are? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from South Carolina, but I'm a White Plains native. And Whitney, I think as a little girl, I don't know if you're from the Valley or not, but you look like someone that I knew when they were a little girl.
It could be me. I mean, I'm not from the Valley, but I am from White Plains.
Right. Yeah. Listen, there's something that's heavy on my heart. I don't know if it's something that you guys would listen to, or this is not what the platform for it.
No, this is definitely, say it.
Well, see, I came here and, I'm trying to get along with the people. I've always been a caretaker all my life. And what I did, I met someone in church, this gentleman, and we became so-called friends. But at the same time, what he was doing was setting me up. And what happened was that I put out a lot of money to buy a tractor-trailer. And because he was licensed, and I said, well, hey, let's go in business. And in time, he would pay the money back from the jobs that he get, and then we would split the profit. So after all expenses are paid. Well, the guy, all of a sudden, he took me to his father's birthday, called me his brother, all of this, but all this, at the same time, it was a setup. So what he did, he decided to stop communicating with me. To make a long story short, he ripped me off. Now, I'm from New York. I'm not from South Carolina, so we have a different brand of justice. Now, I am a Christian. I feel that I believe in Jesus Christ. I go to church, and I do the right by people. I don't do the wrong things. I'm not perfect, but at least I know I do the right thing. So the thing is, I've been, struggling with that because I'm here. I was been plotting what I'm going to do and who I'm going to bring in to do it. All of these negative, evil things, and I didn't realize that it was taking an effect on my health because of the evil of it. But I caught the problem in time, what it was. So I prayed to God and asked God to please remove this hatred I have for this guy from my heart. And I prayed every night, until things became a little easier. I'm not completely over it, but I'm not thinking about it as much, and I'm not dwelling on it as much. And I'm just going to put it in God's hand and let him do as he please. So the thing is, I found out that that's a way of life here. These guys, I got to tell you, the brothers here in this little Darlington, South Carolina town and in the surrounding, they are very, very sorry guys. They have no ambitions at all but to rip each other off, and it's business as usual. So it's so sad to come and try to be at peace and work with your own kind, and then this is the treatment that they give you.
Wow.
So
I commend you. I commend you tonight for calling in tonight, giving your testimony. And real quickly, if you don't mind, I just want to say a quick prayer that God
Thank you.
restores you spiritually, emotionally, financially, honors your willingness to sow a seed into what you thought was going to produce good ground for you. And I pray that God sends you quadruple of whatever it is that you put into this vision and this business that you thought was going to give you what, you believed for. And that you trust God in this period and in this season where it may be rough, it may be dark, it may be lack, it may not be enough, that we're going to touch and agree tonight that God is going to restore what it is that you believed for initially, but he's going to restore it more than what you initially believed for. That is my declaration and my prayer, or rather our prayer for you on tonight. And please, whatever you do, do not do this.
Yes, in Jesus' name.
Please do not go get the capping. I don't need you locked up now because we don't need you broke and in prison. So we need you to continue to operate in wisdom.
Thank you.
And allow the Holy Spirit to continue to order your steps, my brother.
You know what's commendable about you, too, is that you could have did so many other things, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you decided to, to pray about it. Ask God to give you strength and try to forgive this guy. And I always say, God can vindicate. God can, he can handle our enemies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He can do it best. So we put it in God's hands. And that's exactly what you did. Because most of us, and also our humanity, we say, you know what? Forget that. He tried to take my money. He tried to, he didn't
try. He did.
He did. Oh yeah, he did. So the thing is that we'll take our arsenal that we used to have, that we used to use to, take care of situations, but you didn't do that. And somebody needs to hear that, because we don't have to retaliate. God will take care of who took advantage of us better than we can ever. Whatever plan we had, God has a bigger. God can do it better. So I just want to commend you for that. And like Dwayne said, we're also going to pray that you have total forgiveness in your heart.
Yes, please.
And show him what. Show him that you are a bigger person, but God is definitely going to restore and give you back everything that you have lost. Yeah,
stick around for the reimbursement.
Yeah, that's good.
Endure for the reimbursement.
That testimony.
But what people don't realize that when they seek evil, it affects their health.
It does.
Because your body is going through a transformation.
Yeah.
And you get sick. I'm telling you. And I'm just saying, for all the people out there that may be hearing my testimony, just put it in God's hand, trusting Jesus Christ, because He is the answer to all our prayers.
Yeah.
Yes, He is. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing that with us.
I'm going to be listening to you guys.
I hope so.
And I'm going to be telling people about you guys. I'm going to share this video that you guys are that you're on right now. And Whitney, I'm going to hit you in a message to tell you who I am.
Okay.
And you're going to see who I am.
Please do.
Dwayne, I don't know where you're from. I don't know you, but I want to be friends to both of you, like I'm with you, Whitney. Because I do own a solar energy company down here, and I want to do some great things with my rewards that God will reap me with.
Yes,
Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. There we
go. You get to know Dwayne. He's connected to the right person right here. He's sitting next to the right one right here.
I appreciate that. Are you White Plains native?
Yes. Please message me.
I will. And Dwayne is a White Plains native.
No, I'm not a White Plains native. I'm a Kingdom of God native, good brother.
But he's from Harlem.
I love it.
I'm from the kingdom, baby. I'm just here on earth temporarily, but I'm from the kingdom.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. And you know what? You go get kingdom building. I hear you, brother. So we're gonna be in touch, and at some point when I'm up that way, I'm gonna definitely look you guys up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Please do. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And keep up doing what y'all doing, because we need this platform. Believe me, the people, especially our people, we need this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Please send the message, man. Stay encouraged. Please don't pull out please don't get the capping. God gonna restore you. God gonna reimburse you, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and God bless y'all. And
God bless
God
you
bless
too.
you too. You know what? That's dope because
Yeah.
so many of us become bitter.
Yeah.
Get bitter, and that affects us.
Yeah.
That affects our health, and we can't prosper. We can't move on. I'm so glad he called in.
Yeah.
That process,
Yeah.
enduring.
And it's so powerful because it speaks to what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we can give our testimony, right? But to hear somebody who we don't know,
Right.
who heard of us, however they heard,
Yeah,
right?
we do know.
And by the grace of God, decided to have courage to give in and not just, say, kind of like some fluff, right? Just kind of like wing a conversation just to call in and just let us know that they called in. No, but to give real
Life.
like real pain, real hurt. Like yo, man, I'm from New York. I wanted to handle this thing a whole other kind of way.
I ain't from the South. You know,
You know what I'm saying? Like
do.
I'm down here, but I'm not
Right.
from here. Right. I'm
Right.
ready to handle this person. Right.
I'm ready to do them in.
That testimony is real, and it speaks to the process, but it also how he handled it, which is my question. How did you handle the dark?
How do you handle the dark?
And I think again, to conversation, not right or wrong, but conversation.
I would love for people to call in because I really want to know how other people handle the darkness.
Well, I'm gonna say
Those
for myself
processes.
again, as dark as it was at that time for me and my brother, right, and then even with my mom when my mom transitioned, even when I was in prison, right, in other experiences that I've had, ever since I gave my life to God, I have not been silent, no matter how dark it got. I have cried. I have went through every emotion possible known to man and woman, but I did not stay silent. I continued to open my mouth and pray, talk to God, cry to God, express my frustration to God, tell God how I wish this didn't happen, tell God how mad I was with him for allowing this to happen. But I didn't get sick. I didn't get worse. I continued to evolve and transform and grow into a version of myself that I wasn't before the dark showed up.
And you know what's so dope about this conversation? Because I was the opposite. And I gave my life to God long time ago. You know what I'm saying? This is just last year. And I was silent for a minute, meaning that I ain't say nothing. All I sat there was cried. Or I sat there and said and allowed my emotions to take over me. You know what I mean? Why am I here? I can't believe this. Or whatever the case is. Well, maybe that's not really silent. But because I was like mad at God, like, yo, you doing this, like, word, like I'm doing everything for you. You got me here. You know what I'm saying? But at one point, I was probably silent for a couple of weeks. I ain't say nothing. Sat in my bed. Thank God it was the summertime and I ain't had to work. But you know what I'm saying? Silent. I ain't say nothing. So what is dope about this is because we were on two different spectrums, and at the same time, we both have given our lives to God. You know what I'm saying?
And we was connected,
but we were still connected.
That's the beauty.
That's the dopeness of it.
From dopeness, whatever we want to call it, the reality is we were still connected to one another, even though we was dealing with our dark differently. We never broke connection, even though we dealt with our darkness differently. She supported me and held me down when I was going through, and I was there with her, holding her down while she was going through. And that's how you handle the dark. That's how you handle the process while you're being transformed and enduring for the promise. Now, we don't know what that promise is going to look like.
And his promises looks different for everyone.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
There
It's not the same. We have the promises of God that's laid out in the Bible, but at the same time, it's different for everybody. That's my interpretation.
And there's no wrong. Here's the thing, right?
So,
from a spiritual,
what God has for me,
from a spiritual / religious or biblical, not even religious, but since you insert the Bible into the conversation, right? Like it does look different on all of us, and it is different for all of us, right?
I believe that.
But we have to be willing to endure in order to see how it's going to look on us.
And you have to, and you know what? And when you endure, I probably am paraphrasing, but when you endure the process, the promises will manifest.
Yes.
And during that process, God is refining us. He's
Yes,
revealing
yes.
things to us that we even know about ourselves.
Yes.
He's revealing the things
Say
that
it, Whit.
the
Say
desires
it.
of our heart that we didn't even know that we even had in our heart. And also he's protecting us in that. Let me tell you,
Come on, bring it
those
home.
dark moments,
Bring it home.
he's protecting us from certain situations that we should never been in the first
Bring it
place.
home. Come on,
So
bring
he's
it
like,
home.
I gotta take you here. I gotta put you in this dark period, because if I allow you to keep going forward into the situation or the mess that you're in, you're gonna destroy yourself. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take you and
on.
put you in isolation.
Come on.
Put you where you feel like I ain't there.
Come on.
Put you in a place where you feel I'm not working.
Give it to 'em.
That in order to protect you.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't get anything out of this conversation tonight, get the fact that it's necessary for the process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's necessary, and you have to be connected to the people. Look, check your circles, yo.
Yeah.
Check those people around you when you going through it, when you high and when you low. It's important, because when you feel like you dropping out on you, or you want to drop out on you, if you connected to the right people, they're not going to allow you to drop out on you.
Can I say something?
Go ahead. I know you itching because you going back and forth.
Yeah, I am. And let me say this real quickly, right? If here's how you are able to gauge, measure, or determine, right, where you are in your process and being set up possibly for promise, right? If you're not feeling you,
Oh, I like that.
not only you ain't feeling what you in, if you ain't feeling you, if you're not feeling yourself, that could be an indication of two things. It is you ain't listening, right? You ain't listening to the people who are connected to you, who trying to pour in what you ain't pouring into yourself. That's the first thing. And you not trying to hear nothing God got to say to you. If you not feeling you, it's because you ain't feeling God, you ain't trying to hear God, and you ain't trying to listen to the people who's connected to you, who's pouring in what you need at this time, because you more concerned about you not feeling this part of the process. That's how you are able to determine whether or not you kind of off at this particular time, or it's just too dark and you not trying to put the work in that's required for the dark. You ain't feeling your crew, you ain't feeling God, and you too emotional, and you panicking right now. The panic has become bigger than the promise. The panic has become more heavier than the process. And you think that this is how it's going to remain. That the panic got you thinking that you're not going through a process. The panic got you thinking you're going to stay where you at in the process. So what I need you to understand tonight is, if you not feeling you, never mind the people who ain't doing what they said they was going to do. Never mind things didn't go the way you thought they was going to go. If you not feeling you, you waking up unhappy, you carrying your energy bad throughout the course of the day, you going to bed feeling off and not loving yourself, you ain't feeling you right now, those are indications that you ain't been making time spiritually for God. And you not allowing your core crew of people to pour into you, to give you what it is that you know you need, because you just emotional about things not going the way you want them to go. And if you not feeling you, you need to do something about it.
That's good.
Because I think again, we have to be able to look at that and not my mother used to say this to Derek, God bless his dad, right? Both of them, right? My mother used to say, Derek, don't patronize me. Right? She used to say that to my brother, right? And what I want to say tonight is not only not patronize, but don't pacify. Don't pacify the people when they need to hear something that could set them free, that could keep them on course so that they can continue to receive at least the promise that God has for them. Don't pacify the people. Don't be insensitive and cruel when you give a message. No, be delicate, be sensitive, be fragile, but be honest. Tell the truth. Yo, you know what? You ain't feeling you right now. That's because you choosing not to feel you right now. That's why you not feeling you. It ain't only because of what you going through. You choosing not to feel you right now. And you can fix that and do something about it.
No, I like that.
We got 2 minutes left.
No,
Give me something else.
I'm looking at the time, but 9:28. We about to end this thing.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Let's pray for the people.
But all right, go ahead. Let's go.
No, I'm sorry. Go.
I just wanted to say, you said something. I just want to be honest.
There we go.
Honesty, but I lost my train of thought.
Okay, well, I'll say it for you.
So-
Be honest in this part of your process. Be honest at this phase of your process. If you're not feeling you, say it. But after you say you ain't feeling you right now, tell the people that are connected who will pray you through and pray for you or pick you up. Yo, you know what? Help me, because I don't know what I'm doing.
You know what?
It's too dark.
Okay, now 29. That's what I said. That's what I said in my process. I said, yo, I can't pray for myself right now. I can't do this right now. I need you to come through.
There we go.
And my people came through.
There it is.
Thank you, Jesus.
There we go. There we go.
They came through.
So we going on that note.
All right, let's go.
We go.
Now 29. We're going to wrap it up.
God, we thank you for this conversation, God. We ask that you bless, anoint, and strengthen every person who's at a point of darkness in their process. We don't want them to die, God, before they receive the promise that you got for them, God. So please send in whatever it is you know that they need in order for them to make it to the promise and not die in the process. This is our prayer for them and ourselves. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We out.
There it is.
Episode 52. 52. We out. Hey. Yeah. Check us out next week, y'all. Yeah.